They've done it. The Mad Lads have actually done it. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 officially announces modding support, turning Bohemia into a canvas for all manner of pervert ambitions. Sorry, that's the IGN article. Guys, we don't need to encourage more of this. What am I saying? I made a video on being an assassin and murdering innocent people, and it's my best performing video of the last few months. So Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 has been a huge success. I mean, it's growing and growing every single day in concurrent players. We're currently sitting at almost 200,000, making it in the top 10 most played games on Steam and the top 10 most played single-player games of all time. Yep, you heard that right. That is absolute insanity. However, let's get straight into the most important thing that most people are waiting for. Now, there are already some mods for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, most notably on Nexus Mods. People are geniuses and able to actually mod this thing even without there being proper mod supports. And when I say that, there's been 42 new mods today, 277 new mods this week, and one of them is making Catherine's boobs bigger. So, I mean, you can imagine exactly what's about to happen. But these mods are pretty small. There's nothing all that interesting. Things like turning off the HUDs, getting a bit more FPS every now and then, enhancing some of the tools like the camera mod, or of course, not being able to zoom in with your bow and making things a little bit easier. I mean, the first mod that came up with an autosave mod, which I think a lot of people will be thankful for. But it's all well and good having some mods, but with no proper modding tools, well, there's so much more to come. So, what are these official modding tools? But so far, we've had very, very little in terms of real detail, but a lot of it is indicating it towards being Steam Workshop support. So, of course, anybody playing on PC, well, Steam, will get this pretty easily. Complete integration within the game. Unfortunately for you console players, you're going to have to wait a little bit longer, or most likely, you're never going to be able to see Catherine up to her. That is just going to be most of the mods. I'm saying it now. I don't say I agree with it, but it is just going to be most of the mods. Anyway, this is going to completely change and overhaul the game for many reasons. But to really understand why it is so important for this game, we have to actually look at the first Kingdom Come Deliverance to get a glimpse and kind of a look back at history at what didn't work. I mean, despite Kingdom Come Deliverance 1 having very similar player numbers to games like The Witcher 3 on PC at launch, it never really lasted. Games like Skyrim are still so incredibly popular down to this day, and Kingdom Come Deliverance has kind of been settling down until the sequel came out. I mean, funnily enough, the first KCD is now at 33,000 concurrent players, despite it being 7 years old now, just because of the hype of this second one. But modding never really came into fruition. There were ideas of it. The potential was there. A huge medieval open world could be changed into whatever you want. In fact, the Seven Kingdoms mod that eventually released on Total War Attila, you know, the Game of Thrones one, was originally a mod for Kingdom Come Deliverance. They spent a long time working on those models, those assets, and hoping to make the whole of Bohemia into, well, Westeros. But the modding tools just weren't there, and eventually when modding tools did come in, well, the hype was completely gone. But as I mentioned, modding tools did eventually come out for the first Kingdom Come Deliverance, but over a year later. And what this meant is that most people have finished the single-player story. The same hype wasn't there. And because it was such a complex game within CryEngine, which is notoriably a tricky system and engine to work with, well, why would modders spend so much time in making these huge overhauls if there wasn't the player base and it wasn't going to feel like their time was put to good use? Because of this, every mod for the original Kingdom Come Deliverance was an unlimited saving mod, a bow dot reticle mod, cheat mods, unlimited weight, basically micromanaging the mechanics that were already in the game. The most we got of content was a mod where you could build bits and pieces, and I think there was a Star Wars mod with lightsabers at some point, but once again, nobody's making mods for that game anyway. So we can expect to see complete control within the second game. The original Kingdom Come Deliverance also didn't have modding tools specific for Steam Workshop, which is why it never got Steam Workshop integration. It was all on Nexus Mods itself. So actually getting a Steam Workshop integration will mean we start seeing bigger and better titles, mostly because, well, hopefully modding tools will be more in-depth and detailed. It will be out very, very soon while there's still hype for the game. And furthermore than this, because it's integrated into Steam itself, people will be more willing and ready to download them. Consequently, modders will see the value in putting their time, hard work, and talent into creating worlds. Now, I would love to see titles like The Seven Kingdoms, Game of Thrones coming to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 because my god, would it be absolutely gorgeous. And there is so much potential here. I mean, think about it this way. We have the biggest that these two games has been with two huge maps interconnected with this weaving story. I mean, of course, the problem with story overhauls and things like that for Kingdom Come Deliverance is the amount of time and effort that it's been to put this game together is millions of dollars, the biggest script in any game ever, and about 5-6 years of excruciating but, well, worth it work. Now for modders to do the same to make big overhauls, well, that's just a completely different thing entirely. However, changes to assets and things like that are possible. Exploring the open world with, I don't know, new additions, DLC type expansions, but of course with free and modding tools is still a possibility. Side quests that can now be expanded is always a possibility, and the notion of creating cutscenes that are all custom within modding tools, that is something entirely new and entirely different as well. But why is this so important for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 in general? Well, I think for longevity and for Warhorse Studio to really see this community building. We've already seen the step up in player base. I mean, this game is still thriving. It's only been out for a week or so, and still the player base is rising and rising, which is so rare for a single player story game like this. Not seeing your peak on the first day is one of the most beautiful things I think that they could have wished for. But it could get even higher, and modding is the way forward for this. To create tools in order to expand the longevity of a title is one of the most valuable things for a single player game. I mean, there was kind of a look into a multiplayer variant of the first Kingdom Come Deliverance. It was never delved into all that much, but there was a fairly unstable demo of 2 playable horses running around the world together. Now, can that be ported over to the second game? Can something along a similar lines? That seems more along what we could expect from a full world, because like I said, creating an entirely new story with entirely new eras and overhauls is one thing, but actually making multiple people play the game itself within a co-op mode would probably be more substantial for a modder's time. Will it be very tricky? Maybe even almost impossible? Yeah, probably. Yet imagine walking and exploring Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and every side quest and every main story within this version. Of course, the story would be a completely different beast altogether, but the open world, being able to rob shops, go trading, go hunting with a fellow partner in a co-op type game would be impeccable and something that we'd never seen before. And I, for one, I think that is the most exciting thing that modders could do for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. But let me know what you think down below. What mods would you like to see? And unfortunately for people playing on console, this might not be an option for you, but if you're on PC, is this the news that you wanted? Is this the best way to keep a game alive? I'd love to know your opinions down below. But subscribe if you haven't already for more Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 news. Until then, I will see you in the next one.